Okay, so we're going to just open this up. Normally you wouldn't have to worry about getting yourself into this because it's all pre-calibrated, and we have it set up so all you need to do is just put it straight onto the tank and connect all your plumbing fittings and your cabling. So, so getting inside it is only needed if you have a service-related problem, but it's good to know where you've got to go to. So open it up. Okay, so we're just taking our lid off now. As you can see, it's got 4 screws in it and enclosure. Oops, there's your screws. That's the only thing you've just got to be careful of. They can fall out. On the ground, it's not so much of a problem because you can pick them up, but just be aware that they're not captured in there. Now, what we've got here is 2 items which are critical to the function of the whole system. This is the differential controller. It's a Delta Sol B Resol design controller, German made. They've been around for 35, 40 odd years. I personally know the directors. They've been in this industry now for 35, 40 years, highly regarded, and they've been able to take their business globally with their controllers. Now, we use a reasonably simple design of their controllers. They have very many different controllers, far more technically advanced than this, but this is more than adequate for our product and probably even what we need. So let's talk a little bit about that in a minute. The other item we have here is it's what they call the OEM Wheelo pump, and Wheelo is one of the biggest pump manufacturers in the world. Again, another German company. This is called the Samson pump, but it's still made by Wheelo. We've again been using these for many years now. These have a ceramic impeller shaft in it to prevent any harm through hard water, but you know, hard water can take its toll on these things as they do with anything. Other items we've got in here, apart from our power in and our sensor, we have a connection for our hot sensor. So I'm going to come back and just show you now how that's connected on. And also in here is our for in-field testing. We previously had to remove the lid on this and get into this. Now we can just simply unplug this and plug our tester into there and test it. So it makes it easier for you guys if you wanted to check something later. So the items themselves are obviously all fitted into this during manufacturing. So it's a simple item to remove the simple process to remove the pump. There's a couple of screws. There's a screw here, and on the other side in the box there's a little location pin to hold this top one in, so it's nicely rigid and holds it in place. It's got a seal, a EPDM ropes type seal all the way around it to protect it from weather ingress. And the controller, as I said earlier, if you remove this cover here, what's behind this is also a fuse. In case there's any problems with this, that fuse will protect the electronics inside it. The power connected into here, the pump sub-circuits connected into this, and the 2 sensors are connected into this. The hot sensor, which I showed you before in the roof connection kit, which we supply with that kit, has a 20-metre lead of twin active with it. This twin wire has a Molinex plug connected to the end of it, and as long as you run it down with the pipes, it's well mechanically protected. You don't want it to obviously cut or something like that, or coming through a spot that potentially could tear it or cut it. It will eventually come through to your box here, and it will connect straight into the bottom here. There's only one way you can put it in. You'll see a little barb on the back of that, and that marries up to that. So that just goes in there. You'll hear it clip in. Once it's in, it joins that up together, and that connects back for your hot sensor. So you don't have to do anything more than that now. That'll provide all the adequate connection you need. No screws, no terminal crimps or anything else. So it's quite a simple, quick way. And if you want to remove it, that just pulls off there, and away you go. So this can be removed fairly quickly. So the PM602's got a Wheelo pump integral to its design. I'll show you now just a little bit about, as I said before, you can easily remove this pump from service and replace it, or in the case of a impeller, which is this item here, can easily be replaced without too much difficulty. Obviously in the field this is tightened up a fair bit more than I've just had it. I've just loosened off with the use of a screwdriver through there, and you can see that the arrow on the back of it shows the way that that it flows. You can see inside it's got a seal, and also then it's got this impeller situated inside it. So by removing that and then taking that out of there, you can put a new impeller in just as easily. Not a difficult job to do. You typically see something like this. It's got a lot of build-up of calcium or something like that in there. Now that's for the water quality. They vary Australia-wide. I don't think there's too many pumps anywhere in the world. If they've got too much calcium in it, wouldn't stop it. The design of these systems obviously is about energy efficiency. We don't want to waste the energy. We want to absorb as much energy as possible. So this is a circulator pump. It doesn't have a lifting capacity. It can only circulate. So under full mains pressure, the water circulates up to the collector and back down into the tank. After we've changed the impeller, so I'll take this new impeller out. After we take that, put the impeller in, put the seal back on, and then sealing it back up with the there we go, all sealed up and ready to go. But we won't pull that one to pieces just for the sake of time today, but there's just how you change an impeller. Electrical connections in through this end. We take the gland out of there so that the wires come straight in, because this is all enclosed in a weatherproof IP rated container.